I know you by name and you have found favor with me. The reply of God, my presence will go with you and I will give you rest. Amen. So that is the first assurance that you have to get from God. I am His presence. If God is with you, who can be against you? If God is with you, will you worry if there is no rice in your, what do you call that? In the Philippines, we call that kaban. For bigas talaga, kaban siya. At yung ang pagtakal nun yung sa gatas, yung sa milk. Kaya kakalog talaga yung kaban pag wala ng bigas. What will you do when it's already 30th and you have to pay the rent of the house and you have no money? We've experienced that for many years. But you know, sometimes last minute, before the office closed, somebody will send money. Oh, this is the payment for the books. Because sometimes after the due date, the other day, because the customer said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to send you," because they say that food is just like scratch knife. But God is feeding you. That's important. In the Philippines, it's a kahit sa tuka, but what is important is God is feeding you. God is feeding you. And we didn't realize, and my wife was really not used to that because he's used to that salary. Like, I know the words of the mothers, especially if you have baby. Some are still telling you should do missionary work when your children are already finished in college. But do you like to serve them when you are near to retiring? In the prime time of your life, the Ecclesiastes says, remember your creator in the days of your youth. While you are capable, good brother, also still serving God. How old are you? I go like
67.
Oxygen. Still strong and serving God.
Oxygen paman kay hasil.
You imagine that. You should be relaxing some water. His presence, I believe. But he has some interest when we just started.
Last month. Started last month.
Oh, he just started?
I am believe.
No, I mean he's working.
Last month.
Last month, February, only 2 months.
Only 2 months.
And the last month.
First, you make friends.
Yes.
Make friends.
Go around, make friends, and take shots. That's all. But remember, His presence and the rest. What rest? Rest from worries, rest from anything that will tire you. Because when you are serving God, you don't feel being tired. Except you are just, your motivation and your calling is not sure. You will not be enjoying God's work if it's not from your heart. Because it's sacrifice. Although Pastor Bruno said sacrifice. Sacrifice and sacrifice. Next. And let them make me a sanctuary that I may dwell among them. You know, God always have His presence. He likes to be with us. He even likes to dwell a sanctuary. That's why we Filipinos are used to have a sanctuary, a church, wherever we are, just like Abraham, wherever he went. And yet that, we are not contented without a church in a place. Of course, we have beautiful churches somewhere, but You spend a lot, but here you are building a place of worship and a place of influence. Good Filipinos have that missionary heart wherever they go, even though it's a sacrifice. Sacrifice. Next. Dwell in Hebrew means to reside or permanently stay. So God likes to be with us. Even when Jesus comes, Emmanuel. So the sanctuary itself is the message of redemption, salvation, glorification. Nagulat na yan. The Word became flesh and made His dwelling among us. Why did Jesus need to leave heaven? There was some majesty. What is in man that He is concerned with us? But He dwelt among us. In Greek, means to pitch His tent, to reside as God in the tabernacle of God, a symbol of protection and communion. And the second request of Moses, how will anyone know that you are pleased with me and with your people unless you go with us? What else will distinguish me and your people from all the other people on the face of the earth? So if there is no difference with your life and the lives of others, you are a salt without taste and a light hidden light. They should find the difference in your speaking, in your lifestyle, in whatever you eat or drink. The reply of God, I will also do this thing that you have spoken, for you have found grace in my sight, and I know you by your name. The third request of Moses is quite difficult. Moses said, now show me your glory. What is His glory? For your presence. Can you request God, please appear in our midst? You know, it's easy for us to say it, but we will die instantly, especially if even sins or unworthiness of God. But thanks God that He tore the curtain to the most holy place. That is through Jesus. We can have access to uh, His presence. I forgot the other one here. Sometimes the last request is the main one. Initial talk is casual, now is intense. The Lord, the reply of God, I will cause all my goodness to pass in front of you. He can pass. So God gave much more than what Moses asked for. The blessings unlimited. I will proclaim my name, the Lord, in your presence. So there is a username and there is a password. You have imagine in this Old Testament. Now it's high-tech age. We have username and password in the computer, but I will proclaim my name, the Lord, in your presence. I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So God's sovereign, and there are things that we cannot question or understand. He has the authority. We cannot say, why are other people more blessed? than me. I follow you, but what? Those who are not going to church to see are more blessings.
Yeah.
They enjoy that. Why are we having a life like this? But the good news is, don't be discouraged because he has authority. Maybe they are wealthy on earth, but I will talk about in the next life. If their focus is on material things, not the heavenly things, you know how God knows to balance everything. And there's a time for everything. Maybe today you are like this, but in the future you'll have different time. Because blessings can be received here on earth, not only in heaven. We can expect blessings while we are here on earth, especially when we are following Him. But don't be jealous with other people. You cannot see my face, or no one may see me and live. So God gave him what he actually wants, and yet takes care of his limitations. So God knows our limitations. Not everything that we are asking for will be granted, especially if it will harm us and will cause our death. There is a place near me where you may stand on a rock. When my glory passes by, I will put you not left in the rock. So, who is this rock? Jesus. There is now that the future uh, Jesus coming is foretold here. He protects us from harm and danger, and only through Jesus that we can see God. So some words or prophetic words in the Bible points to the coming Messiah, Jesus. Exodus 33:23, cover you with my hand until I have passed by. Then I will remove my hand and you will see my back, but my face must not be seen. At kahit likod mo, nakita na, diba? This way, it's a great journey. And God still protected Moses because Moses has some limitations. He is still imperfect. You know, we have these superheroes in the Bible, but they are imperfect. And they even sin also. We can only understand impartially about God. Yeah. We can only understand partially about God. Not everything. We cannot exclude even theologians, even the doctorate in theology or in the biblical studies. They can only interpret partial uh, teachings about God. Because theology means study about God. There are infinitely more things that we do not know about God. Just a little bit we can explain, but other things they are still hidden. And when we see Jesus, we can ask Him. Then the Lord came down in the cloud and stood there with him and proclaimed his name, the Lord. And he passed in front of Moses, proclaiming the Lord, the compassionate and gracious God, slow to anger, abounding in love and faithfulness, maintaining love to thousands and forgiving wickedness, rebellion and sins. If you see God, you will see His character, and then you will see yourself. Yet He does not leave the guilty unpunished. He punishes the children and the children for the sin of the fathers, the third and fourth generation. And Moses bowed to the ground at once and worshipped. And we can see how in Exodus 34, 29 to 35, we can have only partial. Just a glimpse of this, just quite long. 34, 29, and 35. So this is about when Moses came down from Mount Sinai. What happened to his face? His face was shining, and the people, the Israelites, couldn't look at him directly, so he had to cover his face. You know, if you are communing with God, His brightness and His glory. Imagine, he saw only the back, but his face was shining. The glory, the holiness. Then 2 Corinthians 3:13 to 18. 2 Corinthians 3. So, 13. Now we can just have the verse. So unlike Moses who put a veil over his face, the children of Israel looked steadily at the end of what was passing away, but their minds were blinded, you know. If we are still blinded because of sin, we cannot see and we cannot even understand the Bible. That's why we cannot blame other Christians and even the Buddhists. The Bible is so difficult to understand, even anti-versions. No? Because their eyes have scales. Do you know that? It means Satan has blinded their eyes. But when you are there proclaiming and in His name, you can pray for them, their eyes will be open. That's why we Christians, especially true believers, have the power as we share the gospel because it's His power. We are losing the captives and opening. Uh, some of us were jealous with evangelicals. Said, "Oh, they have miracles, but you know, yeah, we have no literal lines that you can see. And some laymen walking, but although if you study and do some research, some are fake, some are just because of the faith in them. But what is important is we have the true gospel, the pure gospel that will open their spiritual eyes and their crippledness to walk with God. Those who are dead in spirit can be raised up. That's the good news. We have the spiritual miracles happening. And we should pray a lot for the church to grow. Because this is not an ordinary work. We are facing spiritual battles. The layman and the pastor, they are like soldiers, frontliners. And the members should back up with prayers. If the church has no prayer meeting, or cell groups, or small groups, the church is weak. We should invite prayer and sometimes even fasting. In BSC we have regular fasting, really no potlucks if there's fasting. Because we have battles we want. And Luke 9:7 to the transfiguration, how the disciples witnessed how Jesus changed even his robes. So what does it mean? He is a glorious God, a holy God, but he controlled himself to let people see his brightness, his glory. But there are times that his glory and his holiness can be seen, especially this special occasion. That's why it was a difficult situation for Jesus. He is 100% God and 100% man. He can not die on the cross. He can do that, but he has to suppress that God, that immortality, immortal and glorious body, just for our sake. But he was able to redeem that. So we were eyewitnesses of his majesty. And for he received honor and glory from God the Father when the voice came to him from the majestic glory saying, "This is my Son whom I love, with him I am well pleased." We ourselves heard his voice that came from heaven and we were with him on the sacred mountain. Now, God wants to have a deep friendship with you. Jing Jing. What? Other what to say? What?
One,
Deeper friendship. Just like Moses. If it's possible with Moses to have that friendship, how much more with us? Because Jesus' presence and His words are with us. Would you like to be a friend of God? Yes. Would you want to see His glory? No, there are times when you pray as if you are in His presence. There are times like that. But even though sometimes we don't feel His presence, we still pray. We still believe that He is just there. And would you want to get to know Him more and more? So we have to study the Bible. Dig deep in the Bible. Don't just read the Bible. Who has a personal Bible reading? Do you have daily Bible reading? If sometimes it's indicator of you are going away to your true friend. You should have a prayer journal. You write the chapter you are reading. You write the Bible verse which has some impression on you. And you write something that you learn. That's how sometimes you don't something Christians are more diligent themselves. If they have the concordance and Bible prayer, we should not be relaxed because time will come we'll have no more Bible. Yes. And good for Moses. God was just there. But for us, we have the Holy Spirit. And don't ask for Jesus, can you speak to me? He's already given us the words that you need. The Bible is a complete guide. It's everything here. You have to search. You have to be serious in our spiritual life. Talk to your true friend, to your best friend. I think that's the last one that I can share with you. He is waiting for us. And He likes us to grow in our spiritual life. Make Him as your best friend.
it's